The story begins with a married couple named Simon and Robyn. Because of Simon's new job, they moved to a new house in California near the place where Simon used to live. One day while shopping for furniture, a guy named Gordo approaches Simon and tells him that he knows him from high school. Simon does not recognize him, but then he remembers when he tells him his name. The couple are busy, so they just asked Gordo to write his number on a piece of paper and they leave. The next day, Gordo puts a bottle of wine at the doorstep of the couple's home as a welcome gift. Robyn visits her neighbor Lucy, who is tending to her baby. Robyn tells her that she had a miscarriage and went into depression. One day, Gordo shows up at the couple's house while Simon is away for work. Robyn invites him to go inside, and she tours him around the house. In one of the boxes, Gordo sees a toy monkey, and Robyn tells him that Simon has a phobia on monkeys. She then tells Gordo to stay for dinner. Later at the dinner, Gordo reveals that Simon used to be their class president, and with his slogan, Simon says he could get anything that he wanted. Simon asks him what he did after high school. Gordo says that he went to military. He later tells Simon that he is happy for everything that happened to him. A nice job, beautiful wife, and a new home. After dinner, Simon tells his wife that he feels bad for Gordo and that he is weirded by him. He added that Gordo must be delusional, thinking they were friends when they barely know each other. The next night, the couple returns home from a party at Simon's new work. They find another gift from Gordo, which contains fish food. They then find out that Gordo got them fish for their pond. Robyn wants to thank Gordo, but Simon objects because Gordo went to their property without permission. Simon crosses out Gordo's name on the fridge and changes it to Weirdo, which is what they used to call him in high school. The next day, Gordo shows up to their house again where Robyn is alone. Robyn invites him for tea, and inside, Gordo helps set up their TV. While taking the trash, Gordo sees that Weirdo written on the fridge and seems to be offended and left. In the evening, the couple have dinner with their neighbor and a couple from Simon's work. They talk about Gordo, and Robyn thinks he is actually nice. Simon shares that they are surprised when Gordo still later invites them over to dinner at his house even after reading the insult he wrote on the fridge. Everyone advises them not to accept the invitation, but they end up going anyway. Simon and Robyn are surprised to see that Gordo actually has a luxurious house. A few moments later, Gordo receives a call saying it is urgent from work and he asks to leave for a while. When they are alone, Simon tells Robyn that Gordo is obsessed with her and wants to nail her because of the gifts and frequent visits of Gordo at their house. When she is alone, the two then check the house and find out that Gordo has a wife and children. When Gordo arrives, Simon asks him what his work is and how he can afford the luxurious house. Gordon then confesses that he was lying. He did not leave because of work. He actually spoke with his ex-wife, who left him recently and brought their children with her. Simon is not moved by Gordo's story, and he asks his wife to wait for him in the car. Simon then tells Gordo to stop visiting their house outside. Robyn looks at Gordo, feeling sorry for him, and then the couple leaves. The next day, Robyn and Simon find out that the fish in their pond are all dead, and their dog is missing too. Simon is so mad, so he drives back to Gordo's house. A woman opens the door and she tells Simon that she does not know of anyone named Gordo. The couple calls the police and they find out that the house belongs to a car rental company owner and they have given Gordo access to their garage so he can pick up and return the car he rented. Simon accuses Gordo of killing the fish and stealing their dog, but the police can't go to Gordo's place without a warrant and proof that he did steal their dog. While printing a lost dog poster, Robyn hears something and checks it. She finds the faucet running. Robyn got scared, so she goes to Lucy's house and tells her about what happened. Lucy offers to go with her and check the house, but Robyn declines, saying it might just be all in her head because she is having trouble sleeping lately. When she goes to Lucy's bathroom, she sees some sleeping pills and takes some with her. That night, when Simon is asleep, Robyn takes the sleeping pills. She is about to go back to bed when she notices that their front yard light is on. When she checks it, she finds that her dog is back and is so happy. Simon believes it is Gordo who is messing with them. Next morning, Robyn sees a letter from Gordo apologizing to them about the dinner. He says that he used someone else's house because he would be embarrassed if they found out where he actually lives. He says that he would leave him alone. From now on, at the back of the letter, he added a message for Simon saying he was really willing to let bygones be bygones. Robyn asks Simon what it means, but Simon says he has no idea and remarks that Gordo is just an unstable man. He then tells Robyn to just forget about him and move on. At night, Robyn is still having trouble sleeping and is having nightmares about Gordo. While preparing for breakfast, she continues to feel Gordo is watching her. When she checks, she suddenly feels not well and passes out. At work, Simon learns that he is up against a guy named Danny McDonald for the promotion. He tries to tell Robyn, but he finds her passed out last night. He then confronts her about the pills, and Robyn tells him that she took those because she is not feeling good about what happened with Gordo. She is paranoid that he might suddenly show up again while she is alone. She asks Simon to make peace with Gordo. When Robyn asks again about what bygones be bygones meant, Simon gets mad and tells her to move on. He then tells her to move forward and let time heal everything. Robyn does this and seems to forget about Gordo and moves on with her life. She soon gets pregnant again. Everything seems to be going perfectly, until one day she goes shopping with Lucy. Informs Robyn that an unsettling individual is observing her outside the store. Robyn ventures outside and discovers that the person in question is Gordo. She chooses not to inform Simon about this encounter. Robyn approaches Simon's sister, Joan, to inquire about her knowledge of Gordo from their high school days. Joan discloses that Gordo was sent away after an incident in which he was sexually harassed by an older individual in a car. Simon and his friend Greg intervened, and the incident was reported. This resulted in widespread bullying against Gordo at school due to the assumption that he was gay. Seeking to uncover more, Robyn investigates further within Simon's home office. While searching, she stumbles upon a background check file for Danny McDonald, as well as Gordo's file. The information she gleans about Gordo is unsettling, including various charges such as breaking and entering and an attempted abduction of a minor. Gordo's military discharge is attributed to unbecoming conduct, with court-ordered rehabilitation. To gain more insight, Robyn searches for Simon's friend Greg online and meets him at his workplace. During their conversation, she raises concerns about Gordo's threatening behavior toward her and her husband. She expresses her confusion regarding an unresolved matter from their high school days. Upon discussing the high school incident, Greg makes a startling admission. The entire story was fabricated, and Simon had been the mastermind behind it. Robyn is baffled and seeks to understand Simon's motivations. Greg reveals that Simon was a bully who believed he could act without consequences. Gordo had been one of his vulnerable targets, and the false accusation had tragically disrupted Gordo's life, leading to his father's imprisonment. Tensions rise as Simon and his coworker chat about Danny McDonald, Simon's rival for a promotion. Danny is under investigation, causing Simon distress. Later, Robyn, who has overheard their conversation, confronts Simon about her discoveries. Simon becomes irate, accusing her of going behind his back. He is unwilling to apologize to Gordo and believes that Gordo should have coped with his past and moved on. In a heated exchange, Robyn slaps Simon, decrying him as a current and former bully. To make amends, Simon decides to offer an apology to Gordo, which he had been reluctant to do previously. However, the apology takes an unfortunate turn, leading to heightened tensions. During the confrontation with Gordo, Simon resorts to aggression, attempting to compel Gordo to accept his apology. He goes so far as to threaten Gordo with destruction if he comes near his family again, leaving a bitter atmosphere. Simon subsequently lies to Robyn, asserting that Gordo has accepted his apology, insisting that the issue is definitively resolved. Simon secures the promotion over Danny, leading to a celebratory evening with their neighbors and co-workers. However, their festivities are short-lived when a disturbance occurs. A loud noise upstairs and a rock thrown through their window disrupt the celebration. They investigate outside and encounter an intruder who subsequently pushes Simon before escaping. Simon manages to catch the individual, who turns out to be Danny McDonald. Danny is furious about the misinformation Simon had used against him, which led to his loss of the promotion and job. Concerned about the approaching police, Simon decides to release Danny, and he vanishes into the night. Meanwhile, Robyn informs Simon of her impending labor, leading to a hasty visit to the hospital. Despite the tumultuous circumstances, Robyn successfully gives birth to a healthy baby boy. However, the consequences of Simon's actions continue to haunt him. He receives a call informing him of his termination from his job due to the false information he had spread about Danny. Robyn, upon learning of this, makes a heart-wrenching decision to part ways with Simon, no longer wishing to return home with him. Devastated and alone, Simon returns to their home, where he encounters a series of unsettling packages. Among these packages is a baby car seat, a key to their house, an audio recording of Simon making derogatory remarks about Gordo during the dinner invitation, and a CD featuring a shocking video. The video exposes Simon and Robyn's interactions during dinner, along with moments when Robyn was alone in the house. As Simon watches, it becomes clear that Gordo had covertly recorded their every move, including a deeply disturbing moment when he takes advantage of an unconscious Robyn while wearing a monkey mask. The revelation that the baby Robyn gave birth to might belong to Gordo, not Simon, shatters Simon's world. Simon is incensed and rushes back to the hospital. Concurrently, Gordo visits Robyn at the hospital to congratulate her on the baby's birth. A conversation ensues during which Robyn inquires about Gordo's injuries, to which he responds that Simon lost control and assaulted him. Upon arriving at the hospital, Simon discovers that Robyn is no longer in her room. He spots Gordo entering an elevator but fails to catch up with him. A call from Gordo reveals a chilling message. Gordo admits to not touching Robyn, insinuating that the outcome is a result of poisoning others' minds with ideas. In the hospital, Simon attempts to discern the baby's true parentage by studying the child's eyes. The uncertainty lingers, and Robyn gazes at him with displeasure as the nurse closes the curtains. Simon is left shattered, sinking against the wall, sobbing uncontrollably. Gordo watches Simon's despair and quietly departs, removing the sling from his arm. His mission to exact revenge upon Simon has been accomplished, leaving a lasting impression that secrets, once unearthed, can have devastating consequences.